Yeah, for the record, it was when the game launched. It just occurred to me that it was probably some back end service for the game that was connecting to something on the internet. I'm sorry, those of you that came here expecting to see score, and my internet's too bad. So I restarted the stream, and we're just gonna bullshit for a minute. I don't know that I can bullshit for 5 hours, but we'll definitely. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I really want to play this game. I'm very frustrated. I'm legitimately angry because I've looked forward to this game for a very very long time, scored, and I can't stream it. My internet will not let me do it for some reason. I just wish I had the internet connection I did on Sunday. Sunday's internet was great. It was fine. There wasn't a single issue with it. In the world, there we go. But for some reason, it's decided to be very very bad today. Is Facebook connected? It says it has, but it doesn't show it. Oh, that's because I'm actually going to have to end the Facebook stream because it won't update the title for some damn reason. That's super weird. And it says I'm not logged in either. Jesus Christ, what is going on with you today, internet? Yeah, it's probably just Xbox Cloud. But it was a very 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 quick burst. It was just like boom, dead. It didn't last not even a second. It wasn't even a full second. I'm going in and I'm deleting the broken videos. That sucks though. I hope this doesn't become an everyday thing. I want to be able to stream regularly. If I can't during the end of this month, I'm going to be very sad because after the 31st, I might go to like weekly or something. If I can. But until then, and just be patient with me, by the way. I'm going through and deleting broken stuff. So the reason why I'm not showing you anything. Okay. Why did Twitter also not update it? Delete. All right, we'll just disconnect from Twitter. So now we should just be on YouTube and Twitch. What does this say this stream is called on Twitch, chat? Back to Twitch. It's my channel. Twitch has a weird... No, yeah, it updated. Good job, Twitch. You updated. Haven't been too active in chat. Just finishing Omori last night, and I've been venting to... I have no idea what that is. That's not a judgment. That's just I don't know what that is. Yeah. This is interesting. I'm afraid that this stream will be broken. Okay, Omori is a game. We have learned a thing. Manage videos. I'll show you what I'm doing. Just so you know, I'm not being a weirdo. Live. Bing bong. More actions. Delete forever. I understand. Delete forever. Takes it a minute. I have to leave it open, but yep, that's good. That should do it. That should take care of stuff. Amori. Explore the strange world full of colorful friends and foes. What is this? I have never heard of this. It is Xbox. It doesn't look really my style, though. Cheese. You know, I've never played Undertale either, although many people will tell you it's like the greatest game of all time. I haven't played Earthbound either. To be fair, I haven't played a lot of top-down games, even when top-down games were really, really common. Like back in the day, I played Mario all the time, never really played Zelda. Talking like Nintendo, Super Nintendo years, when it was common to have those. And it's good to see you, Probable. I wanted to stream today, but my internet's an asshole. It looks like it's about to disconnect again. So if you guys get the spinny wheel here in a second, don't say I didn't tell you so. Yeah, but when it comes to 2D games, my favorites are platformers, even though I'm not good at them. I'm not good at platformers. I do enjoy them, though. I never did go back and finish Hollow Knight. I really want to, though. Wow, I'm surprised the internet didn't just completely disconnect there. Let's watch some videos. Let's see what this looks like. Sure, the trailer will be fine. Come on. Okay, it's done. Sorry, I'll reset it. 4:3 aspect ratio. Interesting choice. So I'm guessing you play the goth kid in the group. You can fish for Pokemon-like characters, creatures. I love that art style. That's wicked. It's definitely got some interesting retro vibes. That just looks like a broken graphic. That got dark really quickly. Oh, look at the cat. The cat is, oh, it went away. The cat was sick. I love it. It was a little cat loaf. Loaf cat. Wait, no, I want to see the cat again. Will you? Yeah, look at the little loaf. That's amazing. It's the best designed cat I've ever seen. Let's see. I mean, it was 2 million views. It was a wildly popular. I don't play a lot of top-down games. I would try it for something different. It's not that I have anything against them. I just have never... I don't have a lot of nostalgia for them because I didn't play them a lot as a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've heard so many good things about Undertale. Senko loaf? No. Give me a second. I have to see if this is actually... Will you stop trying to advertise? You sneaky son of a bitch. Oh my god. You guys are such nerds. I'm just... warning you. You're nerds. I'm sorry, but you are. Jesus Christ. So my ex-girlfriend, I shouldn't phrase her like that. My best friend that isn't my significant other, who also happens to have the same first name as my significant other. Weird world. Old Alex, her kid was obsessed with Undertale. Absolutely fucking obsessed with Undertale. And not having good context for the game, Alex really struggled with it because like they'd be at the dinner table and her 12-year-old would be casually describing genocide. And she's like, where did you learn about genocide? Oh, I play Undertale, blah, blah. It's like, listen, it's out of context, Alex. It's okay. It's just a game. Chill. It's a good one too. But I knew that it was like a transgenerational thing because there are plenty of people my age that love Undertale. So is this on Xbox? Can I get this with Game Pass? Is that a thing? I swear I hit interchat. The internet's just being weird, for the record. It is. I'll add it to my list of games. Maybe. Why do I have more views now than I've had in weeks and I'm not playing a game? I'm just looking at stuff. That's just weird. Just chatting is such a weird. Just chatting usually kills your views completely. Because there's somebody doing a hot tub stream to 30K people right now. I about guarantee it. How am I scratching away with 6? I have to find out now if that's actually true. Give me a second. I wonder if that number is accurate. Well, no, I have to go to just chatting. The hot tubs are separate now, aren't they? That might explain it. Well, there's definitely cleavage in the top 5. The top 5, there's 2 sets of cleavage. You get further than that. Isn't this the chick that got rallied against on the internet because she was super entitled? I don't know that. I'm not accusing her of anything. I just remember there was like a string of videos about a particular girl that was super entitled and was begging people for money. I already like the art design. Whoa. It's like a 3D Limbo. Vaguely reminds me of Stray, hiding from lights. Being chased by otters, jumping over pigs. Sounds legit. Little Nightmares vibes, maybe? What is this inside? Okay, I didn't even catch the name. I just saw a link. Ah, the game inside. For some reason, I just thought that inside was used to describe part of the sentence, not the game itself. What the hell is this actually about, though? I get some weird dystopian future vibes. You get the same vibes from it. That definitely looks sick. I want to check that out. We always got to try here first, see if it's there. And it is. Man, there are some gems on Xbox Game Pass. I'm just throwing it out there. Also, why is it like my internet's not great, but it's doing so much better now that I'm not playing Scorn? What the hell? See, I thought the same thing. It's definitely, I thought it was Highway Zero. Route Zero. That game was interesting, but it gives you the sense that it's going to have the visual style of Inside when it doesn't. It's weird. This is one of the weirdest games I've ever played in my life. It is definitely up there. Like, weirdly, I recommend it. I don't necessarily recommend streaming it because it's slow. There's a lot of reading, a lot of plot. It's very plot rich. Well, that's a lie. Not plot rich, anecdote rich. It is just absolutely filled to the brim with anecdotes. This is Anecdote the Game, is really what it is. Soups was the one that pointed that out to me. It's not like a novel in game form. It's not like a movie in game form. It is literally a series of anecdotes. The thing is, there are some fucking great anecdotes in this game. Kentucky Route Zero, absolutely great anecdotes in that game. The last scene was fucking brilliant, man. It was so good. This morning I got recommended to me. God, what was it? Pioneers? I don't know why it recommended this to me because I don't necessarily play this style of game. Go filters. It was very recent. Upload date. Put the, yeah, Pioneers. Or maybe it was just called Pioneer? No. Damn it. Here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go into my personal history here, which I'm not gonna share with you guys in case there's something embarrassing. No, I'm kidding. The only embarrassing thing is I fell asleep listening to British fucking game shows. Ah, it's spelled weird. Okay. Have to remove an E. It's Pioneer. Pioneer? This was recommended to me by YouTube today, and it looks sick. Let me put the word 4K in. I want to see if I can find the same video. You fucking serious? It's not even going to show me the same video as this morning. I don't want to try and show something different than what I remember seeing. There it is. Why did I put it there? Hey, what's up? But this was the YouTube algorithm recommended this to me, and I thought it looked good. Even though I don't play a lot of first-person shooters, and it looked good right up until a certain point, and I'll point it out. And it's a personal preference thing. Like, it has very Escape from Tarkov vibes. Gray, the gray wash, too, is kind of eh. It's used a lot to make things feel more real. It was this moment that I was like, wait a minute. And I'm like, oh, zombie survival. I have not done Disco Elysium. I have completed Abduction. I did Mist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Uru, Abduction, The Witness. I have Numa, have not played it yet. Abduction is fucking great, though. That is an amazing game. One of my favorites. That's a Cyan game, too, though. Like, that's why I mentioned That's why I mentioned Myst. Wow, my brain totally stumbled all over that, but the problem that I have with this game is that it's another zombie survival. No hate, it might be a really good game. It looks like it has some really interesting mechanics, but dude, how many zombie survival games? Like Dead Island is probably going to be more fun than this. No hate to them at all, but yeah, Riven, yeah, which is Myst 2. That's when I said Myst 2. Yeah, I did Myst, Riven, Exile, Revelation. God, what was 5 called? Shit, what was 5 called? Damn it, now I have to look it up. I don't remember. End of Ages. End of Ages. I love Myst games. They're some of my favorites. The problem with streaming only that style of game, though, is you run out. You start running out. The only one I have left that I can think of that I haven't played, it was gifted to me by a viewer, is Numa. They just updated that Firmament was delayed and had to yoink the tech preview on... Really? Yeah. Now, listen, I know that after Halloween, I'm going to be streaming less, but when Firmament comes out, you can definitely expect me to. In fact, probably after Halloween, the next thing I'm going to end up streaming is Numa, because I want to get back to my my puzzly roots. This month, I've been playing a lot of horror games. I wanted to play Scorn. I've been looking forward to it for a long time, horror puzzle game, but my internet has been so bad lately that I'm afraid that it's going to absolutely... the video is just going to be wrecked. Yesterday, I tried to play it, and every time I tried to play it, it would die. Amnesia was one that I was supposed to play this month too, although we're running out of month. Soma was amazing. That was an amazing horror game. But let's see. I think I actually have a list called Myst Likes. Yeah, that I've played. I want to play the Myst games again. Call of the Sea actually was really good. Cube, the first one, not a big fan of it. There was some weird janky physics in this one that ruined the puzzle aspect of it, where like you could accidentally mess up the physics a little bit, and even if you technically got the puzzle right, it didn't, you know? I haven't played any of the rethinks yet, which is a bummer. I do need to play those, but yes, I've completed Abduction. And Quern, which is great. Cloud Climber was interesting, but it's just it's more of a walking simulator. Hourglass, I haven't played yet. Superland, I haven't played yet. Talos Principle, I 100%ed that. I even got the cute cat ending. I will never not be proud of the cat ending. It's one of my proudest achievements. I have not played the DLC for this though, because like if I remember right, the DLC would have costed me more than the original game itself. Outer Wilds, though, I think that, oh God, I almost want to make like a tier list here. I'm trying to think of the absolute best games that I have streamed, and I think Outer Wilds might be number 1. That might be my favorite game. I fucking cried at this game. When the aliens realized the universe is going to end. That's not really a spoiler, by the way. If you've never played it, just play it 20 minutes and you'll be like, oh, well. You know? So, but, dude, if you haven't played Outer Wilds, yeah. Outer Wilds might be... It is in my top 10 games of all time, I think. I'm not saying that it's for everybody. Fucking loved that game. Hey, what's up? I should check your VOD for Outer Wilds. I found you at the start of... Oh, I wonder if I was doing YouTube yet. I don't know if I was doing YouTube yet when I did Outer Wilds. Will you stop being weird? I thought I was still on YouTube. Don't make fun of me, chat. Videos. Did they get rid of the interchange? Oh, they didn't. There it is. Yeah. I unfortunately was not on YouTube yet. I wasn't on YouTube, so there's not going to be any VODs. But, and this is a big but, I do have the recordings. If you want, I can trim up the recordings and upload them. I mean, I record everything. I'm running out of space. I record absolutely everything because I've had so many weird issues that I don't want to lose content because, you know, the internet disconnects or whatever. Give me a second. Let me go through here. Where would I have saved it? Okay, it would be my external VODs 2022. Please tell me I kept it. I named it. You dumb son of a bitch. I don't think I named it. Why wouldn't I name it, chat? What do we got? I can't read chat right now. I'm not ignoring you. Here, I'll scoot this over so I can. I'm looking at a giant list. Yeah, I definitely recorded it, chat. The problem is remembering when the fuck. When did I... Give me a second. I have to think here. There might be a way to find out when I did it. Because I have everything dated. Can I search my profile? Oh, God, there's no easy way to search your profile, is there? Oh, well, I'll just have to look through all my recordings. I think it was in March, wasn't it? I'm going to mute this so you don't have to hear it. Okay, this was Mist 3? No, Mist 4. It was after Mist 4. What was this? Oh, I found it. The quality isn't super great. When did it start? Okay, I was playing it March 18th. Was I playing it March 14th? No, I was playing Mist 5. So it was immediately after Mist 5 that I played it. Yep. I believe it started March 15th. Okay. What is the last video? Oh, no. Some of the recordings are broken. That was when my computer was crashing all the fucking time. I might just have to play it again, chat. I might just have to play it again. I might just have to go back and replay it. I do have some of the VODs recorded, but there was an issue with my graphics card at the time that when the computer crashed, it would break the MKV files. Disco Elysium was one. Yeah, what is this? I've never heard of this. But because of that, because the VODs are kind of broken, I can go back and play it again. It's been long enough. I know I can't experience it again, but not all the videos, they're all there. There might be a way to recover the MKV files, but because it was my 3090 crashing, it messed with the encoding, so I'd have to repair them. Yeah, it's just lost of time. But I honestly would not mind playing it again. I love it.
No idea who this thing is, do you?
When I reviewed Disco Elysium back in 2019, I gave it a score of 9.6. Here was my verdict.
Disco Elysium is a unique blend of noir detective fiction, traditional pen and paper RPGs, and a large helping of existentialist theory. Its twisting plot, cast of memorable characters, and sheer depth of choice combine to create an experience that begs to be savoured.
Oh god, don't give me choices.
Aside, it hits on almost every single one of the marks it sets out to achieve.
9.6?
Spend more time in its world.
For more on the fundamentals of what makes this game great, make sure to check out that original review. Here, I'll talk about the changes and why I think it's even better in Disco Elysium: The Final Cut.
It got an original score of 9.6. You have any idea how ridiculously fucking high that is?
Disco Elysium: The Final Cut expands on its original cast to include fully voiced performances for every character.
How long is this? Okay, it's not.
More of an impact than the 24 different sections of your brain that accompany you throughout the journey. To emphasize just how important they are, roughly half of the more than 1 million words spoken in this sprawling RPG belong to your character's innermost thoughts.
It is too large for a bullet. get too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Voicing all 24 of these cerebral incarnations is jazz musician Lenville Brown, who masterfully breathes new life into Zaum's tome of a script. His bass-heavy, calming yet authoritative voice guides you as much as it does educate you on the world of Revachol. The casting for this role was always going to be crucial to the success of
There are so many voice
Hearing the
choices.
gravitas and depth Brown brings to it, it's hard to imagine Disco Elysium any other way.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins.
Every person you meet in Martin
Really?
is fully voiced, and it can't be overstated how much of an improvement this is over the original. The 2019 release did feature limited voicing of some characters, and the inconsistent quality of these performances was one of my few criticisms of Disco Elysium when I reviewed it back then, but I couldn't be happier with the results this time around.
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
A couple of the cast members remain, most notably those playing larger roles like Kim Kitsuragi and Everard Clare, while others that only had partially voiced roles have been changed. These include Kuno, whose new performance still carries the obnoxious essence of the character.
Where is Night City? It's in Cyberpunk 2077. I'm just kidding.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
Practically all of the newly added cast members hit the mark as well. They really add new life into the world of Disco.
So what is the
Further reinforce the diversity that can be found in the city, with a globe full of accents and languages being spoken.
The influence of the Am Sandwich race is waning.
The biggest compliment I can pay to the vocal additions is that all of the characters sounded exactly how I imagined they would when
internet's trying to die, Chad? If it does, I'm
The
sorry.
joy I get from first hearing an audiobook or film adaptation of one of my
Dick
favourite
fucking
novels,
Mullen,
with the
read
voices I once solely heard in my head finally played back to me.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later.
The other most impactful addition in the final cut are the political vision quests. These 4 optional objectives are mutually exclusive, meaning you'll only get to see one of them per playthrough. They are tied to the political leanings you've shown during the story, and add roughly 20 to 30 minutes of enjoyable new detective work. While not directly affecting the outcome of the main storyline, they do a great job of teaching you more about the world and quirky characters of Revachol, one of the main draws of Disco Elysium already.
Fight till there's no slaves below.
The only
Masters overhead.
The original release included a lot of
the only issue that I have with this, and I think it's an issue with the review of the updated, is that it looks like a novel simulator. It looks like it's exclusively reading, which I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think of like Kentucky Route Zero and all of its anecdotes and stuff, and after a while, it became cumbersome. Thankfully, it's voice acted, so I don't have to read it out loud if I stream it. But I'm curious what the gameplay outside of interaction with other characters is. I know that it's top-down. It's 2.5D.
political theory, and many of the dialogue choices you made influenced your characters.
I think I need to see the original review,
and everything in between.
because
However,
it's
they're
so
never
complicated. It's hard to
payoff or closure to whichever path you took.
put it in a
The final
box
cut provides
to
exactly
understand.
what was missing by adding these quest lines late into the story, allowing you to fully commit to a branch of ideological thinking. In my playthrough of the final cut, I chose to embrace communism, which culminated in a bizarre, bewildering, and ultimately enriching conversation with 2 new characters I wouldn't have met otherwise. Revachol and its socio-political history.
That's what I was thinking.
Key strengths of
But if it has an add-on where chat can suggest what to do next in the game, that's clever.
Disco Elysium. So naturally, I was more than happy to delve deeper into that while simultaneously being given more opportunities to build out my protagonist and find his place in the world.
Your attention detaches. The voices of the young men fade away. It's a cool evening, you notice.
What's the new rating?
Disco Elysium is still the unique blend of noir detective fiction, traditional pen and paper RPGs, with a large helping of existentialist theory that it always was. But it's now even better than ever.
Look at that drawing! Oh my god. Wait. I'm sorry, but that is so distracting.
now even better than ever, removing any of the minor gripes I had with the original by adding new quests and a full cast of well-voiced characters. The final cut elevates Disco Elysium from an already phenomenal RPG to a true must-play masterpiece.
Wow. What do they have? Let's see.
For more on
Give me a
Disco
second. Whoa, I didn't mean to. No, that is what I wanted. That is what I wanted. Never mind. I was going to look for the original review.
What appears simple at first becomes so much more than that in Disco Elysium.
Here, hang on a second, chat. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee really quick. I will be right back. Sorry about that, chat. I thought there was more coffee and there wasn't.
And here it gets so much weirder too. It takes the age-old mechanics of tabletop RPGs like Dungeons & Dragons and twists them in strange ways around a macabre tale of violence, poverty, and a society on the brink of collapse. Through sharply written dialogue and an expertly crafted world, it uses some unique game mechanics, such as debating against 24 different sections of your own brain to create an experience that will stay with me for a long time. And somehow, it manages to make all of this fun, and surprisingly often, funny.
I just saw him try to knock the door down and it didn't work. That's cute.
The premise of Disco Elysium is straightforward. A body has been discovered, hanged from a looming tree in the backyard of a hostel, and it's up to you to work out how it got there over the course of the 30-hour story. Everything that surrounds this core mystery is far from simple, however, not least being that you kick things off with an almighty dose of hangover-induced amnesia. You can't even remember your name, let alone that you're a cop on a murder case. The first decision you have to make when booting up Disco Elysium is what kind of detective you wish to be. Intelligent, sensitive, or bruiser. Each determines the base stats and offer an interesting way to play. For example, open with the intelligent build allows you to instantly decipher that you have woken up in the city of Revachol, as your high encyclopedia skill feeds you that knowledge. Begin with the sensitive option, however, and you'll have no idea where you are and will have to piece together that same information. If that's
Interesting.
varied enough for you, you can build your own detective from the ground up instead. Your character sheet is made up of 4 distinct pillars: intellect, psych, physique, and motorics. Each of these consists of 6 wonderfully strange skills which bring their own bonuses. Want to command respect from a member of the public? Spend points on authority. How about intimidate a witness? Beef up your physical instrument total. These skills aren't just passive ways of sending you down different paths. Each one is a distinct voice in your detective's head,
So, do you gain experience points over the course of a game? So, like, we have starting stats, but assuming tabletop RPG, right? I would gain experience points over the course of the game, and I would be able to spend those into things. So, like, first playthrough, okay, good. Because I'm thinking first playthrough, I'm not gonna really know what playstyle is gonna work for me. It's like Skyrim, for instance, almost everybody becomes a like a stealth archer. It ends up being a very, very common thing, but it's not the funnest way to play.
Presented in the dialogue window during conversations. There is much in-game
Interesting.
as there are a way to get your progress. The upshot of all this skill management is that Disco Elysium plays like no other video game I've ever seen. Its closest analogue is perhaps the outstanding Divinity Original Sin 2, if you replaced all of its turn-based combat with early-era LucasArts point-and-click scenarios. Puzzle solving comes hand in hand with skill checks, which are interactions based on a combination of a dice roll and your stats. The higher your number for the requisite skill, the higher the percentage you have of rolling successfully. This mechanic is used to resolve everything from conversation options to jumps across ledges and even violence. There is no combat in Disco Elysium, not in the traditional sense anyway. Throwing a punch is a matter of willing your detective to do so, and the consequences are usually verbal rather than physical. Your choice of dialogue is often crucial to solving problems, not only when interacting with others, but with the many voices occupying your mind. It's a truly fun way of dealing with exciting sequences and a welcome breath of fresh air compared to more action-oriented RPGs. Other than increasing your skills, you can also spend points in your thought cabinet, a unique mechanic that turns abstract concepts like communism, memories of favourite flavours, or just mistakenly thinking you're a rock star into a kind of mental inventory. It plays beautifully into the theme that half of the battle in Disco Elysium takes place in your own mind.
So it kind of reminds me of Book of Travels in that it really is hyper focused on the truest sense of role playing. So, like, when you think about role playing games, you often think of like action RPGs. You think of, I don't know, or at least I do. I think of like Diablo, top down ARPG, Path of Exile, or like Skyrim or whatever. But really, role playing games are very broad and very. Are we back? Yeah, it looks like we're back. It's straightening out. But it's truer in its feel of role playing is what I was trying to say. So you literally take on a role and create a character. It is more invested in your character and the way the character interacts with the environment and other individuals than it is like catered toward, oh, I'm gonna up my physical stat so when I shoot something with an arrow it dies one shot or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's more real role playing. Book of Travels felt that way. I felt like I was really creating a character in that game, and combat was like a secondary system. It didn't really revolve around that. You really felt like you were waking up to a new world and experiencing it for the first time, and you were invested in the character and your character's backstory and blah, blah. This is like that times a million because you mistakenly think you're a rock star. That's insane. I really like the idea of this. I feel like it's a choose your own adventure story kind of.
The theme that half of the battle in Disco Elysium takes place in your own mind. By internalizing a thought unlocked along your travels, you can earn a variety of rewards attached to it. These vary from stat boosts to XP boosts and unique traits. It's a wonderfully odd system, not least because each time you complete a thought, a new stunningly grotesque illustrative painting fills your screen. Society seems a concept long since forgotten in the city of Revachol, the once proud capital of the world you wake up in. Martinez, the district where you'll spend most of your time, is an impoverished hub of anger and discontent, but it's a captivating place to be. It's a beautifully realised depiction of a firmly ugly place. You instantly get a sense of the world you'll spend upwards of 30 hours trawling through. Snow falls softly onto abandoned vehicles, crumbling, neglected architecture haunts the streets, and broken statues commemorating a long-fabled war serve as a reminder of what happened here. The density of a game's world can sometimes feel overwhelming.
It does look overwhelming.
Icons and large areas of land beckoning to be explored. This is never the case with Disco Elysium. There's lots to do, but it encourages you to take your time and absorb all the information you are being fed at your own pace. Whether you choose to take what you find at face value is for you to decide. You're a detective, after all. Core to this is Disco Elysium's varied cast of characters, and the way their stories intertwine with both your own and that of the world they inhabit. Each new face is accompanied by a gorgeously painted portrait that looks as if it's been stroked onto a canvas by a hopped-up Francis Bacon. Chief among the connections you'll forge is with your partner in crime fighting, Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Kitsuragi's dry humour and analytic mind is brought to life brilliantly in his voice acting.
Is anybody left here? Roll call, chat. The viewer count's all over the place, so I was curious. I want to make sure I'm still connected. Alfred's the only one that responded after the internet went wonky. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. It's not just me.
Provides a reassuring tone during tense moments. The same can't
Jesus Christ.
be said for all the cast in Disco Elysium, however. It's a real hodgepodge in terms of voice performance at times. Regardless of delivery, the dialogue itself is meticulously written. It's bitingly funny at times, leaning into the darkness of your situation, while also not being afraid to let you know when you've made a stupid mistake.
So ultimately, this is a role-playing game in which you play a detective trying to uncover who murdered a guy at the beginning of the story. So you wake up with a hangover, pseudo-amnesia, blackout, right? You develop a character, you discover a murder, you work with your partner to unravel the mystery of said murder. So it's like a film noir RPG set in a pseudo-dystopian near future, be my guess. Right? That's what I've gathered so far.
Characters will swing from revolutionary prose calling for the fall of the bourgeoisie into Kafkaesque psychoanalytic ramblings. Disco Elysium is as much an exercise in detective fantasy as it is an evaluation of your own socio-political leanings.
Detective fantasy, I like that.
The story of Disco Elysium, the murder case you have been sent to Revachol to solve, and a more personal journey as you attempt to piece together your past and find out who you really are.
That reminds me of Paradise Killer. It was a game that was suggested to me that I don't really have an interest in. It felt too poppy, too brightly colored, too much leaning into live action anime. But apparently it's actually a good detective story. But this has an art style that I feel, I don't know, I enjoy more. It feels grittier.
There's little else I can say about
okay.
too much of the mystery. I urge you to discover the tale for yourself.
Or even like alternative history,
Over
perhaps.
the course of its 30 hours, I couldn't stop reading everything I picked up, learning more about the world I was in and the people that were suffering in it. If this seems all a bit much
Like Man on High Tower, if you know what that is.
for you though, there's always the option to just give up. Just 15 minutes in, I received my first game over screen after having a meltdown and giving in to the murmurings of my ancient reptilian brain. Yes,
No way.
it's definitely weird and by no means a feel-good experience, but it's a highly smart one that I can't wait to relive.
That is sick. Are you serious? 50. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be pretentious and a nerd here, but it's a Philip K. Dick story. So it was written first. That's funny. That happened twice in a row though. Yesterday I was talking to somebody about, was it Poor Fool? About Mist, and apparently they made a television show based on Stephen King's Mist, which I didn't know about. And I know most people know the movie, but I read the original story, the novella. It's like 160 pages long or whatever. I don't read nearly as much as I used to.
Elysium is a unique blend of noir detective fiction.
I can't be judgy about that because I pretty much don't read anymore. I either play games or watch stuff, which is sad. I used to really fucking love reading. Internet, don't do it. Don't do it, internet. Come on. Come on. Internet Chan. I promise to give you a reach around, Internet Chan. I will make it worth your while. Come on, hit that golden number of 6,000 for me, baby. Oh, it's still better than it was, but damn.
Traditional pen and paper RPGs, and a large helping of existentialist theory. Its twisting plot, cast of memorable characters, and sheer depth of choice combine to create an experience that begs to be savoured. A few minor gripes aside, it hits on almost every single one of the marks it sets out.
And then it gets its 9.6 rating. So yeah, this is definitely going on my to play list, but we need to see where I can get it and how much it's going to cost me. Unfortunately, it's not on that. Okay. Did I add that? Oh, I added it on Xbox because it's free there. Final Cut. Soundtrack. Okay. I'm gonna add it to my wish list for now. I might wait until it's on sale. Not that I don't think it's worth $40, but because I'm broke. That's definitely going on my to play list. What else do I have in my wish list? I have a lot in my wish list, by the way, chat. Like a lot. A lot of stuff has been recommended to me over the last year or so. I don't know where this came from. I think I saw a funny trailer for it and was like, I'm going to add this, and I'm never going to play Call of Duty. Come on. That's just Scanner Sombra. I remember because we played LiDAR. Left 4 Dead. I don't remember why I added that. Someone recommended it, I guess. What else I got in here? The Seventh Guest I'm actually interested in playing. It's very old school point and click. Oh, wow. Road to Guinness is only $15 right now. What else you got for me, chat? We have any more cool puzzle games that you could recommend that maybe I haven't played? To be fair, I like narrative-based. Thank you, Sane. I appreciate it. I'm distracted now. Narrative-based puzzle games. It can be a straightforward, like a straight puzzle game too, but I'd like a good story along with the puzzle. I think that's why I like Outer Wilds, is because on the surface it's not a puzzle game, but it actually is. You unravel the story of what's happened here. Well, I am going out of town tomorrow. I have to take my sister to a doctor appointment. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I should be back Thursday. Generally, I stream Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., although Mondays and Tuesdays have been awful because the internet's been awful. So there might be changes to that. But I look forward to seeing you again, man. Have a good day. Take it easy. Let me think. I'm trying to think of what I could. There might be something like, I think I've done this before, but it may be updated now. There might be new stuff. Let's go filters, upload date. Another filter, I could set it 4 to 20 minutes, and that will, yeah, new adventure games. Grim Fandango's on there. Should you revisit Riven? Riven is just will always have a special place in my heart. I fucking love that game so much. Missed place? What? Oh, the Forgotten City. I don't think I ever played the Forgotten City, did I? Yeah, I do. So what's probably going to end up happening, what my plan was here, we'll just chat for a second. What my plan was there's a company here that does the same line of work that I used to do. But the way that they do it is you're contracted through them. So you're not an employee. You're like a contractor, if I remember right. And they give you a 40-hour straight shift, which sounds awful, but it's really not. I've done worse. But if I get a 40-hour straight shift, that's amazing. So say I have to work from like, I don't know, what would it be? 8 a.m. Thursday until midnight Saturday, right? That means that the rest of the week I have open to streaming. And you're like, where is this going? Where it's going is I'll have an income to be able to switch over to fiber. So fiber is an option here. I want to switch to fiber, 1 gig up, 1 gig down. And also, if I get a job, I can invest in a proper mirrorless camera, which I would like to have. I would like to get some better earbuds because the big headphone look, I mean, it's great when I have a bad hair day, but I would be able to do a lot more. I'd be able to do a lot more. Plus, I have certain things that I pay for every month that I obviously can't go without. It's starting to get really tight. But it would mean improving the stream, but the stream would be less often. The problem with that job is that I would probably be expected to lift people, and I injured my back lifting a client. And I thought that it had healed until recently. In the middle of the night, I went to go like get a bowl of cereal, and I'm like, ooh, there's like a slight twinge in my back. And by the time I got back to the room with a bowl of cereal, my back was destroyed, like just completely wrecked. It's my sacroiliac and my lower vertebrae. I think I have a disc that is trying to slip, which means I probably have to do like a knees over toes, back exercises, which I'm really overweight. I've gained weight over the course of the last couple months too, because look at where I am. I'm sitting in a chair all day. When I was actually up on my feet and working, I was around like 225. Now I'm probably up to like 240, maybe even more than that. Maybe I might be pushing 250 now, which is I'm not going over 250. I have to lose weight. I think that the weight is creating a problem for my back as well. But I have to have a source of income before I can consider making further improvements to the stream. And originally I was thinking, well, I can survive with a part-time job depending on what the pay of the part-time job is. But most likely what I'll have to do is get something full-time with a decent pay. So I might still try it. I had a friend that went to work there. They actually used to be one of my employees. They liked it because they work a 40-hour shift. They have the rest of the week to themselves, which would be great for me because that means I would be able to stream like 3, maybe 4 days a week. I'd still be able to see my girlfriend occasionally, and I would have full-time pay. And they pay the exact same rate I had when I left my previous job as a starting rate. So what I could do maybe is sell furry artwork on Fiverr and get super rich, because we all know that furry artists make way more money than like doctors or lawyers do. Yeah, so I'm lazy when it comes to physical stuff. I didn't used to be. I used to be a really good weight. The problem is that my mother's side has a lot of joint issues. Arthritis, my mom's sacroiliac is really, really messed up, as well as mine. And my dad had a lot of autoimmune issues. And I didn't think that I would really take on those things, especially autoimmune. That's not, I guess there are some genetic autoimmune diseases, but my dad had a very rare one that he got. Basically, Gulf War syndrome. I know people say Gulf War syndrome isn't a thing. My dad went to war, came back, fucked up. But I have bad skin, and my dad had an autoimmune disease that attacked his skin. And then when he got older, he got a secondary autoimmune disease, which is common. When you get one, you usually get another one that attacked his joints, called contractures, or created contractures that made it so he couldn't walk and stuff. He was really rough toward the end. But like, I've had bursitis in the shoulder, which is a rare case of inflammation. My left knee consistently dislocates. My left part of the sacroiliac is completely jacked. I have slipped discs in my lower back. My toes dislocate. So if I wear cheap shoes and walk, my toes and joints will actually dislocate. I have to take my shoe off and pop all of my toes back into place. It's not painful unless I'm walking on it. But this is all just because I don't take good enough care of myself. I don't want to get any heavier. I don't want to gain any more weight. Interestingly, I don't actually eat that much. I just don't eat healthily. I eat more when I'm with my girlfriend than anything. Yesterday, I had 2 microwave burritos, small ones, like small microwave burritos, and a bowl of cereal. It's awful diet. Awful. But that's all I ate all day. I didn't eat anything else. There was no... That's it. I probably had 1,000 calories yesterday. I do better when I eliminate carbohydrates. I was doing keto diet for a while and it did wonderful, but it's kind of hard to shop for, and unless the people around you are on the same diet. So like, my sister likes a... Don't be weird. Did it catch it? It did. So I'm going to show you guys this really quick. Can I zoom out? Oh God, I hate the snipping tool. Give me a second. Edit tools. I should have snipped a smaller thing because it's so big. But let's see if I can bring this up for you guys. So I had just sent you guys a message. Can I scroll to the right and left? No, I have to actually physically drag, which is weird. Snipping tool's annoying. But if you notice, this was at 0. My bitrate was at 0. And like at the same time I had sent this message. Mine and Brant's messages just happened to line up really quick. But chat never disconnected. This number never changed. So this tells me what chats I'm connected to. This number never went down. So text is fine. It's the video. So I wonder if there's some weird OBS thing going on. I need to update. I don't know if stream effects and stuff ever got fixed. If you guys know, let me know. Let me actually find out really quick. Is stream FX compatible with OBS 28? Chat's not catching up. Has a beta for version 28. That's good. I mean, I can show you guys. You're going to have to deal with Inception for a second. Actually, I might not need to. But there's nothing crazy. There's nothing crazy in here. So my stream goes through Restream. I do US East because it does more. It gives me more stability for some reason. When I set it to auto, sometimes it will connect to another country and it'll be good for a while and then it'll die. Chicago is not as good for me. Washington, D.C. seems to be the best. But give me a second. I actually don't know what to show you other than output. It's 7,000 kilobytes, constant bitrate. Says new messages in Twitch, but it won't update. 1 second. Let's see. I'll definitely open that. Well, it might not be a complete connection loss, just loss of enough bandwidth that your video bitrate. Well, that's the thing. I would agree with you, but the bitrate hits 0. It doesn't just dive. I've had it where it will dive a little bit, but it's weird that the bitrate would just be completely 0. That's the part that seems odd, that it would die completely. Like if the bitrate went down to like 100, right? That's definitely not high enough for, or even 5. That's definitely not high enough for video, but 5 kilobytes a second is definitely enough for text. Advance stream, no delay. Automatic reconnect after 10 seconds. Network default. There's nothing fancy here. Now, bear in mind, I'll have to close this and reopen it if you send me a message. Because for whatever reason, when I have settings open, the messages don't scroll. But there's nothing crazy here. Network. Nothing selected. I mean, it won't click it. Let me try this again. That's weird. It wouldn't let me click. It won't let me click optimizations. Yeah, it will not let me do that. Oh, probably not while streaming. True. Well, if optimizations tends to help, then next stream I'll do that. But I know that partly it's the internet too. I need to bookmark this. There's a lot of I wish that I could have my time completely freed up and have the money to make like the perfect stream. I'd get like a really nice mirrorless camera and get some consoles, like some Nintendos and stuff, so that I could play some console games on stream with a, a video card or a capture card rather. Yeah, I don't use NVIDIA filters because that's the thing that also worries me. So NVIDIA Broadcast is now built into OBS, if I remember right. The problem with that is that NVIDIA Broadcast does not behave well with my graphics card. You remember when my stream would crash all the time? Do you remember that? The reason why the Outer Wild videos are broken, the reason why my graphics card was crashing was because of NVIDIA Broadcast. It does not play well with it. I had to completely uninstall and remove it. I can't use it at all. NVIDIA Broadcast does not play well with my system. It will cause OBS to crash. It wasn't until I completely got rid of it that it would work. And now that it's built into OBS 28, it worries me. I don't even want it running in the background, even if it's not doing anything. So what I tried first was disabling everything in NVIDIA Broadcast. I had it, but it wasn't actually doing anything. Still, my system would crash. So I had to completely remove it. And now that it's included in OBS 28, I'm worried that it will break things. I don't know why. But it like, okay, that's good. But yeah, I can't use any of those cool things that NVIDIA has. The audio is especially great. The AI tuning so that it can get rid of background noise. Using that really made a lot crisper audio because I didn't have to use the clunky noise reduction that was built into OBS. But I can't use it at all. They don't play well together, like I said. But I have a good microphone, and the noise reduction, when tempered correctly, works pretty well. Like, you can't hear that, but I'm tapping the desk. Without noise reduction, you absolutely would. But yeah, I'm real sketch about OBS including NVIDIA. My brain keeps going to suckless software. Like, why are we adding this in? They should be separate and modular, not built together. They should not be built into one another. I don't like that. We don't need to make OBS 28 any heavier than OBS 27. And I also don't care about the interface being made prettier. I'm sure that appeals to a younger base who all use Streamlabs and stuff, but I don't care about that. I want practical usage. I almost wish that you could strip OBS a little bit more. Oh, if that's true, then that's what I'll do, but I don't remember it being an option when I tried to install it last time. If that's true, that's great. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little salty with OBS. I really wanted to like OBS and then immediately had just massive issues. So, I don't plan on changing anytime soon. Probably not until this is out of alpha. When this is, when this is out of alpha, I'll consider going back to OBS 28. Let's just hope there's no like major security issue at the 27s. Because then I'll have to switch to, what is the alternative? There's this weird proprietary alternative, OBS alternative. What is it called? Is it Switcher? I don't believe that's it. Give me a minute. There was one, Bandicam. God, what was it called? No, not Mavave. I don't give a shit about that. It's not Bandicam either. Literally none of these. It's literally none of these. I love that that is not an alternative. That is just OBS. It might have been XSplit, but I don't think so. Shit. There's a new one that just recently came out, and I can't remember what the hell it was called. But there are actually a few here that I haven't heard of before. It doesn't matter. I will never do that anyway. I don't think I will ever switch away from anything. Open source, baby. I shouldn't have even started playing with Premiere and stuff. I was using Kden Live and it was fine. Which, if you guys don't know what Kden Live is, I'm sure some of you probably do, but Kden Live is a video editing software that's completely open source. And it gets kind of a bad rap. A lot of people who are used to like Premiere don't like it. But I had no issues with Kden Live at all. Like it's fine. It does good work. It doesn't have some of the crazier features of like Premiere, but just go back to using GIMP and Krita and Kden Live instead of having the Creative Suite. Anyway, I was hoping we could find some more modern Myst-like games. Oh, the Forgotten City was one that I was going to look at. I think it's in my wish list, actually. Is it in my wish list? It is. It is down to $15. I heard it was good, though.
Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
Ooh, that's loud.
If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
Oh, did he? Where did Stid post stuff? In memes? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. You got a new graphics card. Did you really get a 4090 Ti? That can't be true. That's a knockoff. Yeah. It just occurred to me, Ti is not out yet. There isn't a 4090 Ti. Us's foot. Are they actually selling that online, by the way? Is that a thing that you can like buy on eBay and trick somebody?
Today, we're going to find out, will a boyfriend...
I love this guy. By the way, he is a quintessential American.
Today, we're going to find out, will a boyfriend stop a 50 cal? Wait, what?
Hey, the problem is half his videos are like, I own this $5,000 50 caliber Barrett sniper rifle. What can I shoot at? It's the only issue I have with this channel is like, how many dictionaries does it take? How many toilet seats does it take? How much blast gel does it take?
Lifted Dodge Ram truck. My lifted Dodge Ram truck has blinding white LED headlights positioned exactly at eye level. I am currently tailgating you in the right.
This is absolutely a thing where I live. The majority of vehicles are lifted trucks. The majority of, are pickups. I will not say Dodge Ram necessarily. There are a lot of Dodge Rams, but there's also like a lot of F350s, 250s, stuff like that. When Dodge Ram became just Ram, it became a problem. Gonna spit some knowledge that I heard probably is wrong. But what I was told was that instead of having a traditional V8 engine with a lot of horsepower to back it up, they began turboing smaller engines. So you can actually get pickups now that look really large, but they're like turboed 4-cylinders, and it seems fine until you actually do have to haul stuff. And then it becomes a real problem because with forced induction, specifically turbos, you kind of have to build speed before the turbo kicks in, unless you twin turbo with one small and one large. So you're trying to pull a lot of weight with a 4-cylinder, at a low speed, that turbo's not going to help you. Now, if you're one of those nerds that's like, I just want a big truck to compensate for my, lack of junk, then you're going to be fine. You're not going to notice. But if you need it for work, like, I think the Ford Raptor still has a V8, right? Ford Raptor engine? Give me a second. 5.2 liter supercharged V8. Yeah, a Raptor will do fine. It will get work done. I believe that a Sardis animator who was hired. I love the Titan scene, even if it's just a few seconds long. Oh, I've never played Warhammer. I had a lot of friends who love it. Never played it myself. There was a single guy. Yeah, it is. It's Astartes or whatever, does ridiculously, insanely good animations by himself. He was actually reviewed by Corridor Crew, which is a group of visual effects artists who were like, how the fuck did a single guy do these?
I never wanted this. I never wanted to unleash my legions. Together we banished the ignorance of old night. But you betrayed me. You betrayed us all. You stole power from the gods and lied to your sons. Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will! So let it be war.
Like, Industrial Light and Magic, hire this guy.
From the skies of terror to the galactic rim. Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood, I will see the galaxy freed once more. And if I cannot save it from your failure, Father, then let the galaxy burn.
No, I haven't, but I wanted to see this because I've seen this before and it was sick. Please watch the originals first. Links are, yeah. I wanted to see the original. Thank you. What happened? Have they been wiped from the internet, chat? No, I don't want to see upscales and stuff. These aren't the... This isn't what I was looking for. Interesting. Oh, no. Really? Oh, that's stupid. Well, never mind. I do want to do... Is it called The Looker? Give me a second. Yeah, I want to play this. It only takes about an hour to get through the Witness ripoff.
Wait, brothers, something seems off with both of you. Like neither of you are yourselves. I don't know what you mean, brother. Yes, brother, everything is fine. Shall we keep moving? Well, it's just back there when we were fighting. None of you charged the enemy with swords in hand. You pulled out your bolters, picked off targets, and moved cover to cover. It was all very tactical. Just a sword hand, you know? Yes, brother, it's too much praying to our Emperor. God Emperor, you mean? Yes, God Emperor, of course. Oh yes, our holy God Emperor, definitely a god. I also heard you whisper Dominatus. Oh no, he definitely didn't whisper that. No, of course I didn't. I don't even know what that means. I don't believe either of you. Prove to me you are both Black Templars. Well, we love crusading. We love crusading so much. Yes, brother, crusading is the best thing ever. I am so...
This reminds me of Red versus Blue.
We are on eternal crusade. And don't even get me started on having faith.
Let's see what this is.
My holy...
I really do hope this works. Is everything prepared?
Give me a second. Why is closed captions showing?
Text-to-speech device has been implemented, custodian. It appears to be functioning properly, unlike your feeble flesh.
That's same with Red versus Blue. If you ever go back and watch the first Red versus Blue, it's very obviously like Halo 2, Halo 3. And it slowly gets better and better until they finally have like custom animations and...
Our glorious Emperor will be capable of conversing with his loyal subjects once more. And I shall be the first to speak with him. Oh, I could just take off my... No! Calm down. I restrained myself for millennia.
There is a program that will let you do this, and I can't think of what it's called. It will let you you can animate and stretch two-dimensional graphics in real time. I mean, you can do it with a lot of photo editors, but it's different. It's specifically for animation. I can't think of what it's called now. It's actually used by a lot of professional studios. I think they used it for Family Guy.
Managed to implement a text-to-speech device to your glorious golden throne. Please, speak to us.
About fucking time.
Our glorious Lord command us once again.
I have so many things to complain about. First of all, why do I only have a fucking glass eye on one of my eyes? Is that really necessary? And what is with these ultra smirts that I keep hearing about?
Wait, are you referring to the Ultramarines? Oh my lord, they are some of your greatest warriors.
Well, that certainly fucking explains it. It seems like their baby blue heraldry have earned them a most righteous nickname. For that matter, I always thought they looked terrible. Do they still have that fucking toilet seat as their insignia?
Well, yes, they do, my lord. They keep it to honor their Primarch, Rogue Gunner.
Oh, well, alright then. I always thought he was the greatest of my 20 Primarch sons.
Well, that's excellent, my
The
lord.
greatest little derivative pile of blueberry pudding pop fuckery that has ever graced the surface of this shitty little galaxy. Is he still alive?
Barely. He was almost killed. He's currently in stasis back in the Ultramarines' homeworld of a crag.
Cut his life supports and tell that stupid fucking Smurf village to fuck right off. Their constant uninterrupted chatting is drilling into my skull as if they were the immensely sanctimonious love child of tinnitus and the jackhammer. The pain of a million ripped out nose hairs are but a tender massage compared to this inexpressible ultra torture.
Well, I'll see what I can do. But at least we still have our mighty Grey Knights.
I never created anything called Grey Knights.
But, my lord, they are the greatest at purging demons in the Imperium. They're all psychers, and they come up with the most glorious ways of killing the enemies of man.
Why, at the you.
Bring in the Dread Knights!
Oh, greetings, my glorious Emperor. It is an honor.
Oh myself. What the fucking fuck is that stupid?
Oh myself.
It is the mighty Dread Knights.
That is the worst thing that I have ever fucking seen ever. If I still had eyes, I would require someone to deposit promethium-infused floor cleaner into them. What terrible, terrible person designed this?
The arcane technology of this marvelous machine was discovered by the Grey Knights and is held secretly from all inferior Astartes chapters.
We are Hammer!
The exterior design, I believe, to be personally designed by the Grand Master of the Grey Knights himself, Caldor Dragon. He is the mightiest of the Grey Knights. He is currently stuck in the warp, killing demons daily, pillaging demonic villages, and vandalizing the Chaos God's property like some kind of glorious rascal. He has even written a name on a demon Primarch's heart.
For the love of all stop signs in the galaxy, seize and fucking desist.
The delay.
Fuck, that is actually very cute. Look at its little legs and oversized body. Adorable. Come to Papa you.
What? Wait, no! Don't!
Yes. This is funny, Tomei.
I do not know about you, but I feel this is the start of something absolutely glorious.
Shut your face, you fucking banana.
Yes, I will.
All right. I want to skip forward and see what you mean by the quote. Wow, there are a lot. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So if the emperor had text-to-speech, let's go. Okay, I thought I was skipping a number. It's 31 minutes long. Holy shit. This dude went on to make full episodes. What's up, Musical Sleep? We're just bullshitting today. My internet's being really, really awful. I want to play Scorn, but every time I try, the internet dies.
I know you solitaires play the part of a stripper gun, but this is ridiculous.
This is so weird. I'm gonna oh, I don't actually remember how to do this. Save playlist to library. And then I'm curious. The only issue I have with this is that it's going to end up being in this, but well, yeah, there's going to be a lot, but I'm not going to stream me just watching a Warhammer 40K series. That's something that like I'd probably before chilling at the end of the night I would watch, you know what I mean? Want to let you know that you should check the bottom of the doc you made. Yeah, sure. We will do that. Oh, I saw this image. I don't know if I ever responded. Where am I? AI upscaler. I need to actually bookmark this doc because it gets updated enough that saving a PDF doesn't help me. The best way to make the biggest problem Stable has is its creativity issue. Digital art of a monochromatic purple portrait of a horror fantasy warlock by Tim Burton, by Goya, by Alexander Janssen, stiff bristle brush, right? So if you gen on DALL-E 2, you solve that problem, but a new one arises. It doesn't fit the artist's style, so it made me think, what if I do both? So I used image to image with Stable at 1024 by 1024 with the DALL-E images and got way better results. Yeah, I found I've played with it a little bit in my free time, but I haven't gotten it to work exactly the way I wanted to. I messed around a little bit with image to image, and I found that with enough generations, you can produce really, really interesting results, but you really have to, from what I gathered, it's a lot of steps. So say that you have a portrait of a person like this. One thing that I figured out is you have a portrait of a person, like one of these, right? But you want it to become a full body thing. Well, what you do is you do poor man's outpainting. You extend the length of the canvas, the desired amount, which I think it maxes at 256, in the direction that you want. And then what you do is you generate images over and over and over until you get one that looks like the approximation of a body affixed to, say, the head, right? Now, it might look awful, but if you then image to image the produced image, turn off poor man's outpainting, right? And then batch, say, 9, 16, 25. And the reason why I'm doing that is because that's 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. It just makes a nice little grid for you that's completely full. You can then go from those batched images and find one that looks nearest and begin batch generating from that. There shouldn't be anything wrong with the audio. Oh, I pushed this up. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I pushed this up. I pushed this out of the way. I don't know why I did that. I just wasn't thinking. But I haven't really had enough time to perfect it. That's not true. I've had time. I just haven't invested the time into perfecting all the different things that you can do. But you can definitely do really, really interesting things with it. And I wouldn't have even thought about combining DALL-E with Stable Diffusion and then using image to image to produce new results. But that is brilliant. That is really, really brilliant. That is actually a really cool idea. I'm not going to get into it in today's stream, but I'm curious about training. In the web UI, there's the ability to train, but I don't know what that really does. So I don't know where you are, Musical, but I'm going out of town tomorrow. We'll see, but what was I gonna say? Tomorrow, I have to go out of town for a doctor appointment, but I might be back in town in the afternoon. If you are in the Western Hemisphere, it won't be an issue for you. If you're in like Finland or Germany or something, it will be. But I thought about trying another stream where we do some more stuff with Stable Diffusion, and I could try the DALL-E thing. But I was only able to look up a handful of things. I probably spent like an hour with Stable Diffusion outside of stream so far. I want to do more. Just, I don't know. I'm playing Skyrim. I'm on the phone with my girlfriend. I'm figuring out doctor appointments. I apparently have scratched my cheek. It's all red. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did. I'm curious about where I can find more Stable Diffusion models. There's the base ones, but you know, like how there's the novel AI one. Yeah, don't do that, because there's no guarantee that I'll be able to get on. So these doctor appointments are really, really far away. If the first one is at 11, which I think it is, but there might be an earlier one. In fact, let me check my phone. If I can find it. Oh, hey, kitty. Have you been in here the whole time? There's a cat on my bed. She's annoyed now because I started to pet her and then left her. Let me look at my text messages, because I did get a message from the hospital. Please don't be 8 in the morning. Oh God, it's 9:10 in the morning. What date is it? So there's a good possibility that we won't be, because the first appointment is at 9:10 in the morning, which means I'll have to leave at 6:10 in the morning, which means I have to get up at like 5. I will probably be exhausted by the time I get back. So I take that back. That's amazing, though. I was told that it was at 11 and they've updated it. There's also multiple appointments here. So there is one at 11 and it looks like 2 at 1. But if I am somehow still awake by the time I get back, assuming that the last doctor appointment is at 1, probably be out of there by 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3-hour drive back home, puts me in town at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'll probably be exhausted, so I doubt that I'll be able to do it. I was thinking that we could, but I might still find a way to do more streams where we can do Stable Diffusion stuff, because it is really, really interesting. I don't feel like doing it today. But definitely at some point in the future, we'll mess with it again, because I feel like there's a lot of interesting things that I want to test, and I have had a little bit of time to test off stream, but the only way I'm going to learn it is if I actually experiment with it. If I do just what people suggest, I won't pick it up as well. Does that make sense? Like, I figured out the outpainting thing because I'm like, man, how do I expand this image, blah, blah, blah. And I Googled it, and there was, of course, like a 30-minute YouTube video that I didn't watch. It just said poor man's outpainting and scripts. And I'm like, oh, I know where scripts is, and figured it out, you know. I hate that, by the way. I actually thought about making a video about this. I thought about making a video about how not everything needs to be a fucking video. And I would make it like the world's shortest video. It'd be like 3 minutes long of me just ranting about it. I know that looking things up on YouTube will help you to learn stuff, but I come from a generation, and this is going to sound pretentious or condescending. It's not meant to be. But like, I learned how to use Photoshop with actual text tutorials, text and image tutorials. You know, there would be like pictures and text, and I could read through it and figure it out in 2 to 5 minutes, 90% of the things I wanted to learn. Now, to find the exact same tutorial, how do you make your text look like water droplets on paper? And you'll have like a YouTube video that's 30 minutes long, and it's like, hello, boys and girls. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, we'll be talking about how in Photoshop we can make this awesome looking text. But first, our sponsor. And it's like, dude, I don't want to sit through some fucking wild ass intro that takes like 2 minutes with like a little cut video clip that's 30 seconds long, followed by a sponsored segment that's a minute long just to get to you. It's like, I'm impatient. Get to it. That's why I like it when, like, if I look up a tutorial for something and it's like a minute long, I'm amazed. Oh, it's always like dubstep. And here's the thing. It doesn't even mean that there shouldn't be YouTube tutorials, but that people have prioritized being over the top and personality and even production quality over having concise and precise content. Like say I wanted to relearn how to draw. I actually thought about doing this once upon a time. Before I decided to stream, one of the things that I considered doing, because I used to draw all the time, was how difficult is it for a person in their 30s who hasn't drawn consistently for over a decade? How hard would it be for them to reignite that neuroplasticity and get that muscle memory back and relearn how to draw from square one? What would be a good series of steps to go through if a person wanted to draw in a specific style? Say I'd have the end goal of, say, making a manga or a comic book. How long would it take me to get there? Well, I could live stream that, right? That would be the long form content. And then I could have extended tutorials, which are me actually bullshitting, like, you know, the 30-minute video I mentioned. But if I did discover something, I would try my damnedest to make a version that's just like 3 to 5 minutes long, max. Yeah, there's, oh God, I've seen it before. YouTuber parody. Oh, I would recognize the guy, but I don't see it. I found this amazing video where a dude just nailed it. He nailed the cliche YouTube video. So it's already kind of been done, but I might do it again. It's worth it. It annoys me. Like let's look up some Photoshop tutorials as example, right? Tutorial, right? Probably should do a specific how to vectorize anything, right? That's 8 minutes and 11 seconds long. Well, I can tell you how I would do it, which is I would adjust your levels to reduce the number of colors. There's a couple of different ways of doing it, but in the case of making something look like ink, you would adjust your levels so that you have a high contrast image that appears to be a sketch. And then you would select a particular color, in this case, say black. And then I would convert that over to paths. And then those paths can be vectorized. You can make them as big or as small as you want flawlessly. Like, I literally can describe the basic idea behind it in like 30 seconds to a minute. The actual steps are a little more complicated, probably take me 5 minutes. 8 minutes actually isn't even that bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I would give it to him. But it annoys me when the average ones are probably in the 13 minutes, 15 minutes range. Let's look up something specific. Water droplet tutorial. Let's see if we can find a short one. Yes, that's great. There we go. Oh, who does this? Who does 1 minute tutorials? Art Style Studio, I love you. You are what the internet needs. Even you have a damn intro, though. How many seconds in? Can we cut? We can cut 6 seconds. We can cut the first 8 seconds of this video. Is there dead air at the end? There is dead air at the end. Not a lot, probably about 10 seconds.
First, we create a new layer.
No audio, great. Creates a new layer, uses paintbrush.
196.
Increases size. He's gonna have to max hardness. He draws a white dot on a new layer. He reduces the fill to 0. Blending options. Inner shadow, cool. You need to adjust angle. Distance too, depending, but it's basically fine. What are you going to do with this inner glow? Oh, yeah, this is going to be used to make the white.
Then go to drop shadow, add one, and put it.
And a drop shadow. I mean, yeah, he's not even doing any of the extra little things that you could do, but it suffices. The thing is, he needs to add a white highlight, and for that, I use bevel and emboss, usually. What does he end up doing?
Liquify. And
Oh, he uses a filter? Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. To get cool shape, sure.
And here we go.
Is that it, though?
So for the last part, decrease to amount.
Give me a second. I have to see what he does, how he does it. There's a million different ways to do this.
On
Soft.
add one here.
Oh, that's cheating. You cheated. You don't need to hand draw reflections on the water droplets, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's nice and short. I like it. In the server. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, so got this from Dolly and I thought it was bright. Then I darkened it with an editor, sure. And you got this image, right? Another. This is the remake. Nice. Changed the prompt and I got a closer result. That's cool, man. There are certain things that it seems like it excels at too, like people are almost always broken in Stable Diffusion. That's the thing that I've noticed, is that people are often broken. You end up with monstrosities. There are probably good ways to fix it, but architecture it seems to be good at. Landscapes it seems to be good at. Actually stylizing things seems to be pretty good, although sometimes not. But like, you know, if you say that something is painted or black and white, it usually nails it. God, I'm tempted to get into it today, but I don't want to because I feel like that would be a big rabbit hole. I will probably find a way. I don't need these right now. I probably will find a way to do more consistent Stable Diffusion AI artwork stuff going forward. I might just have like an extra hour-long stream at some point. Maybe not a day, but I don't know. Or designate a day for it. Oh, man, I really want to get more into it, but I also know that I'm not going to be able to stream as consistently after the 31st. I hate that, but it's true. I have to go back to work and make money and stuff. If I get lucky, I can. Once upon a time, I considered having designated days for various things. Oh, that's great. So the thing is, at a distance, amazing. And then you get up close and you begin to see, like, it's not defects. It's that there's some weird details that make it seem unnatural. It's sort of like looking at an Escher drawing. You should stream this stuff, Musical. You would be sick at it. I'm sure you've got a billion ideas, or even you, Captain. Probably come up with some really amazing stuff. The novel AI anime thing is cool, but it definitely is catered to not safe for work stuff. You have to be careful about how you word things. The negatives are really, really important because you will get some of the weirdest amalgamations of like rando sex scenes and stuff if you're not careful. And it's like, you know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? When I go into Stable Diffusion, if I use the novel AI, what it reminds me of is it reminds me of the Forest or the Sons of the Forest characters. What is the female one? No, not the girl. It's this creature. You end up with a lot of like weird arms and stuff. Content warning. Apparently there are boobies there. It's amazing that YouTube didn't content warning it. But you end up with weird, monstrous stuff if you're not careful. And the Sons of the Forest is probably actually a better example. Stable Diffusion does too sometimes if you try to get it to draw the Stable Diffusion model. If you try to get it to draw multiple people. I just totally misspelled females. But they have these weird creatures that have multiple legs and arms. Everybody ends up looking like Goro. That's why I was curious, like, if you could feed it imagery of someone accurately, like, oh God, I'm going to end up going down this rabbit hole. We were supposed to be talking about what Myst-like games we could play in the future. It's still sitting in this damn tab. So, see, this is one of those things too, like, I shouldn't have YouTubed it.
Hey, friend.
But I literally could just go here. Okay, so Planet of Lana, Siberia, The World Before, Stray, great, I loved it. Memoir, Open Roads, Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, really? Sherlock Holmes. And the internet has died. LOL, internet. Oh, internet, why are you such a pain in the ass? I'm going to be distracted for a bit of a second. I'm trying to wait for the internet to come out. Okay, those are my VODs. Okay. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Are we back? Yeah, I saw some things. Just give me a second, and I will look at your portraits. What is this? No. I don't know what to call this. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you, chat. I'm doing boring stuff at the moment. Okay. Oh, that's not correct. Shit! Okay. Sit that in the background. Can I shrink this? I need a second monitor, chat. Like a proper second monitor. Go back to Discord. Oh, I might want to switch scenes. Okay. This reminds... Wow, that's interesting. So DALL-E produced an image to image, made it look way better. And then just Stable Diffusion. It's really, really good at portraits. It's when you start drawing full bodies. If you're vague about it, it's okay. But I guess if it's a single person, it's not so bad either. But if you were to like try to put a group of people, sometimes it melts them together and you end up with a weird combination of multiple people. It's the strangest thing. I might later on today, like, post some examples. I was hoping that there was like a way to train it to fix it from doing that, but these actually look really good. Like that looks really good. The ear is a problem, but in image to image, isn't there like a paint option? So like, couldn't you like paint over this and have it regenerate to replace that, right? At least I thought that that was a thing that you could do, but I could be wrong. Do. Okay. Also, I'm really interested in... Oh my God, things are getting complicated. I have too much stuff open. I'm really interested in stable diffusion for video. I actually have never looked this up. Create videos with stable diffusion by exploring the latent space and morphing between text prompts. That's interesting. Really? I feel like the future is going to be insane. I feel like it's going to get absolutely and totally nuts going forward. Let's see. Okay, I'll deal with that later. Oh, I guess I could just, yep. Yes, please. So let's see, what conclusions have we come to today? I need to play Disco Elysium. I need to play Amori. Is that what it was called? Yep. I wonder if I can get Undertale. Undertale is one that everybody brags about all the time. It is. But I've never played it. It's cute that they have How Long to Beat built in now. 6 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours, and 9 hours. I see why people think of Undertale and they think of Amori. That makes perfect sense. But I need to add this to a list because that's a game that is absolutely beloved that I need to play. I think, I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here in a minute. Keyboard stuff. Has Alfred been doing things? Where was this? Where was this? One problem I have with custom keyboards is that a lot of them end up looking very similar. I feel like there's so much room to make cool stuff. You sent a pretty, I'll definitely check it out. See, but you have this extra chin down here. But did you try what I said? Where is it? Where is the meetup? Still, the actual face itself is really good. There's only a couple, they're very minor issues, like when drawing a portrait, the top of the ear lines up with the eyes, generally. So the ear is a little bit low. The base of the ear, I think, is the mouth, right? Yeah. But I mean, did you do what I suggested? Did it work? Tomorrow night, I might do a stable diffusion stream. If I feel up to it, just a couple hours. There's actually tons of different keyboards for material, design, size, and age. Here, I'll go back and reopen. Ow, reopen that. My eyeball. Why are you itching? Keyboard stuff. Yeah, the reason why I asked was because there's nothing like that anywhere near me. I do like the old school IBM style. I do like the that is an IBM ThinkPad keyboard. That's what it looks like. That's sick. We got a split 3 rows. Low profile are those. Oh, I can't make it bigger. Those aren't chocks, though. Those are MX style switches, it looks like. These are probably both buckling spring. I don't know what they actually do with their smaller keyboards. I don't know what they make them out of. These are all probably regular MX style. I actually like this one. I like the unique side here. But I like having a Windows key. I know it looks cool without it, but I love the coloration of this one. I don't like the ISO. That is called ISO style enter key, just because I like to have delete beneath my backspace if I'm on a smaller keyboard format. I like being able to go back and forth. You can still just, if you have raise and lower keys, you can make that work. Is this a dual spacebar design? That's really wild. A local designer gave away one of his keyboards. It's called the Bias V2. Knobs are always win. I love the case for this one. I don't know why. It's like on the surface, it seems kind of ugly, but I like it. Is that a Matrix style there? That looks like a Matrix style keyboard. We've got 2 split keyboards. I kind of want to see what's on the other end. Is that split too? Yeah, chonky. Oh, you did take a picture from it. Yeah, I actually kind of like this. I know that it's large, but it gives you a handrest, a natural handrest. This one? Oh, there it is. Yep, a split. Oh, God, what is that called? The split matrix style. There's like, they're all called slightly different things. You know, you have like the Sofel and is it Draculad? And I can't even, Rev Young's one, obviously. That's a concrete case. Jesus Christ. Is it Thocky? I think I like the black case best. I think I like that case the best. I like that. I like the way that looks. There are, I thought this was a Matrix. Apparently typing. It's not Lotus. Very famous set of keycaps, and I can't wait. Olivia keycaps. Yep. I'm pretty sure it's Olivia. These are probably knockoffs. But that's what the red reminds me of. Reminds me of the Olivia keycaps. It's not, but these I think I've seen on drop before. Also, I've seen this case somewhere before. But then again, you see so many keyboards after a while, they all kind of melt together. I actually really like that. I think that is the prettiest color combination I've seen in the cases. Not a fan of the exit key being a heart, but otherwise nice. I like the added kanji. What do they call this? Do they call this gaijin? Where it's like Roman characters and Japanese characters. There's a name for it. There were some keycaps that I wanted once upon a time. Shit, I wish they did. But yeah, mechanical keyboards. There was a set of keycaps. Yes, keycaps. It might have been the GMK lasers. I really like these keycaps. Yep, Gaijin. So those are legit GMKs. That's probably why they look so nice. Also, the like signature on the actual plate, or not the plate, but the case is really, really nice. Not a fan of the heart. It's the only thing about it that I'm not really a fan of. What is the secondary characters on this? Math? Interesting. That's really weird. I kind of like it. It's unique. Kind of, Korean. Korean is the secondary. Shenpo. I'll look them up. Is there a dent in that keycap, or is that just a smudge? Oh man, this keyboard is sick. Look at this. I can type 200 words a minute with that. Why did they black out stuff on this? Is that just part of the design? Is it meant to look like that? Like it's censored? That's interesting. I do like a big case occasionally. I really, really like having things written on the fore half of keycaps. I think it looks cool. I don't know why I clicked back. That's not going to work. That case is amazing. And Hebrew. That's Hebrew. Little knob. I love this green case though. That's sick. It's so small. It's so small. Also very small. Why F1 through 4? Like the most common F key I use is 5. There are some really nice cases. I have to hand it to them. You can tell that the cases are all high quality. Gravoxoy, Helsinki. Wow, that's crazy. I actually really like the italicized letters. Hiragana. Actual concrete case is insane. Corn Classic chalk. This is chalk? That can't be right. This reminds me a lot of a Moonlander. I actually really like that. It's a 3D printed case though. But I like the format. I like the 4 rows. All right, here, let me go back to Discord and see what he's got. Oh, hey. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. Good job. Let's look. Yeah, so I'm guessing you did digital art of a gothic woman covered in vines glowing. And so you have all these iterations. There's a bit of a delay. I am looking at it right now. You did it. You fixed her neck. You did a good job. I love how much potential there is in it. Because we're so early on, chat. Like we're really, really early on. Internet, stop. Stop internet. For some reason, when I type, it kicks the internet back on. How weird is that? It's probably a coincidence, but I've gotten in the habit of typing now whenever the internet is weird, because for whatever reason, it often reconnects almost immediately. But we're so early on in what AI can do. I think in the next 20 years, we're going to see just absolutely amazing things happen with artificial intelligence, both good and bad, probably. But what I'm excited for personally is a system where I can tell my computer to make a particular movie or even games, but movie is what I always think of. I can't remember who was talking about this. Might have been Lex Friedman. But I just love the idea that, like, oh, I want to make a film noir, right? Set in a gritty 70s, say, New York City. And it's wintertime, and our protagonist, a 30-something male black guy, is chain smoking and drinking coffee in a small diner, sitting across from a young girl who he has to interrogate, interview, ask questions about particular events that have occurred. And the machine just generates these things for you. And you would have batch options like, here's a bunch of different. I'm not a fan of voice chat, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we're back. Slow, but we're back. It's not the same. Voice chat in Discord doesn't feel the same. I get my rocks off streaming chat. Are these? Oh God, I already forgot. These look like Topra switches from a distance. Are they just translucent and it's... Are those just like translucent keycap? What kind of switches are these? Just out of curiosity, what are those? I can't read anything. Is there any close-ups of that? There is not. What are those? They look round, which makes me think Topra. Not keycaps, switches. You can't buy them, but one of these days we probably can do that. Yeah, right? Like they do look like they look like Topras from a distance. Oh, my internet is actually slow. That is real low quality. It's very grainy, JPEG-y. What is that? There are switch. Oh, but they're not MX style. That's why I'm asking what they are. MX style aren't round. They're across. Sometimes they have a round part, but is that what they are? Are they just MX stems with a round piece around them? Topra with MX support. Is that what these are? Oh God, I wish I could zoom in more on this. Oh, it's actually a really big image. You did actually take a really good quality image. They're just MX style switches. Oh, you can actually see the cross. Internet, don't you fucking do this to me today. Oh, I don't have headphones on. What is this? What are you doing to me, chat? Okay, the internet's coming back. What is this? Headphones, come on. There we go. Oh my God, you know that you're a keyboard nerd when you're sharing keyboard trailer videos. Man, I saw a keyboard recently, a keyboard case that was fucking amazing, and I can't remember what it was called. No, you're okay, Captain. I'm about to wrap it up anyway. I'm about to get off. The internet is being so awful today that it's frustrating. I really would love to have a good high-end case. I want to do more keyboard builds. I really, really, really do. But it's an expensive hobby. I can't believe that I actually get kind of excited about this. So, I really want to do another keyboard build. And a big reason why I want to do another keyboard build, I'm going to probably wrap up the stream here, is because I learned a lot from my previous build about what I actually want in a keyboard. So the matrix style is fine. The ortholinear is fine. It really doesn't bother me. Occasionally it messes with me still because I have a lot of muscle